What do you like on your bagels? It's amazing how many different types of flavored cream cheese there are out there. You can also get it plain or whipped. If you like bakery-style bagels, you'll definitely love this recipe. We'll need to do a little bit of a preparation the day before by making the Biga. Biga is just when you mix flour, water, and yeast ahead of time to enhance flavor to the bagels. To a small bowl, add 45 grams of water, 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast, 75 grams of bread flour. Mix the ingredients together until you no longer see dry ingredients. Cover and let it rest at room temperature for 12 to 18 hours. Next day, let's first make the dough by using the stand mixer, then I'll show you how to mix it by hand. To the stand mixer bowl, add 255 grams of water, cold, 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 2 tablespoons or 45 grams of honey, the Biga we made the day before, half a teaspoon of malted barley flour, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, 425 grams of bread flour. Mix on low for 2 to 3 minutes or until the dough wraps around the hook. Increase the speed to medium and let it run for an additional 5 to 7 minutes or until the dough looks smooth. Cover and let it rest at room temperature for 1 to 1.5 hours or doubled in size. Now let's mix the dough by hand. If you're not interested in the hand mixing part, then skip to the pre-shaping chapter. To a large bowl, we're going to add the water, which is room temperature, active dry yeast, malted barley flour, honey, salt, the Biga we made the day before, and bread flour. We're going to mix until all the ingredients come together. Place the dough onto your working surface. Knead for 1 to 2 minutes until the ingredients are all incorporated. Cover and let it rest at room temperature for 15 minutes. Need number 1. This dough is going to need some tough love, and we're going to use some elbow grease. We will knead it 3 times. Knead the dough for 2 to 3 minutes or until the dough is too tough to knead. Cover and let the dough rest at room temperature for 10 minutes. Need number 2. You're going to repeat the process. I like to pull the dough, fold it over, then push it away with the palm of my hand. You can also do this rock back and forth side to side motion. Cover and let it rest for 10 minutes. Need number 3. Last need. Just need a little bit more endurance. Cover and let the dough rest at room temperature for 1 to 1.5 hours or doubled in size. We're going to divide the dough into 8 pieces. Shape each pieces into balls. Gather the ends together, flip over, then roll into balls. Cover and let it rest at room temperature for 10 to 15 minutes. I prepped a full-size baking sheet with parchment paper and sprinkled it with semolina flour. Let's now shape the bagels. I'll show you 2 different ways to shape them. You can easily just poke a hole in the middle and stretch them out. You want to have a large hole in the middle because they will get puffy after the second rise. You can also roll the dough into a long rope, then connect the ends together, overlapping them. Roll the ends between the palm of your hand and the working surface. Ta-da! Bagels! Cover and let it rest at room temperature for 45 minutes to 1 hour. You can also do the indentation test. If you poke the bagel and the indentation doesn't fully bounce back, then it's ready. Preheat the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I also have a pan of hot water to create steam in my oven. Do you know what time it is? It's time to boil the bagels. The bagels, bagels, bagels. Bring a large pot of water to a boil. I also set up the station where I can transfer the boiling bagels to drain the water. To the boiling water, roughly add 2 to 3 tablespoons of malted barley syrup. I'm just going to eyeball this. You can also substitute it for honey or molasses. Boil the bagels for 30 seconds. flip them over. Then boil for an additional 30 seconds. You can also add toppings after you boil the bagels. Transfer the bagels back onto the baking sheet. Place the baking sheet into the oven and lower the temperature to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until golden brown. That is all the time we have for today. Until another weekend, guys. Bye!